Faith begins in silence, in caves where only echoes answer, in deserts where the soul meets emptiness. It begins as a whisper, a conversation between one human and the divine. But whispers grow into chants, caves become cathedrals, and somewhere in that growth, something shifts. The sacred meets the social, the spiritual meets the structural. Faith builds temples, but temples require money. Money requires influence. Influence requires protection. And so, altars find themselves sharing walls with thrones. This is the duality. Faith can move mountains of suffering, building hospitals, sheltering the poor, giving meaning to the meaningless. But the same faith can also move mountains of gold, demanding obedience, collecting tithes, trading salvation like a commodity. Prayers become currency. Forgiveness gets a price tag. Heaven becomes a transaction. This is where faith blurs into business. History shows us the extreme. Wars fought in God's name. Kingdoms conquered under holy banners. Blood spilled for divine real estate. And in quieter times, the accumulation. Palaces of gold built while the faithful starve. Sacred art funded by the pennies of the poor. This is the corruption. When the institution forgets its essence, when the shepherd starts fleecing the flock. But history also shows the other side. The monks who copy scriptures to preserve knowledge. The nuns who run orphanages. The ordinary believers who find extraordinary courage in their faith. Faith can be a shelter in the storm, a voice for the voiceless, a light in the deepest darkness. This is the sacred, uncorrupted, the direct line between the human heart and the divine. Perhaps the purest faith lives not in monuments, but in moments, not in wealth, but in whispered prayers, not in power, but in personal transformation. So which is it? A path to heaven or another marketplace? The uncomfortable truth is, it has always been both. Sacred and corrupted exist in the same pew. Compassion and power whisper in the same prayer. The real question isn't about faith itself. It's about what we seek in it. Do we seek connection or control? Humility or hierarchy? Transformation or transaction? Faith begins as a spark in the human soul. What we build around that spark, whether it becomes a lighthouse or a prison, that choice has always been ours.